It happened suddenly in the middle of class. An earthquake, and then a ripping sound, as if lightning had just struck the room. A mysterious voice comes out of the speakers.
Welcome to the Classroom of Truth. I am Kami. We're gonna play a little game, Class 1C.
The entire class erupts in a state of panic. All the doors and windows are locked. Time has stopped moving for everyone in the room, and only one person is allowed to leave. Those who do a certain action will disappear until there is only one left.
The first loser, Mr. Nakamura. 37 remaining.
Lying. If you lie, you disappear. One after another, 34 remaining. The class falls silent.
This is a waste of time, so we'll begin questioning. First, the class representative, Watanabe. Tell us why you wanted to become class representative.
Despite his efforts, he breaks.
The truth has been revealed.
The truth or death? Which one of these two fates will our characters choose? Too bad none of it's real. Bakuman is a show about two kids who strive to become manga artists, but it's more than just that. It's a show about dreams and how far you're willing to go to make them a reality. Mashiro Moritaka had always dreamt of becoming a manga artist. A lot of his fondest memories were of him hanging out in his uncle's studio. He had dreams of becoming big enough that he could marry the girl he loved since middle school. But all that changed when his uncle suddenly died. While his family said he was overworked, Mashiro was convinced that it was suicide. Flash forward a few years and we see Mashiro as this really jaded teen, just coasting through life, completely devoid of ambitions and goals. After all, what's the point of having them if you're gonna die without accomplishing them? But then he meets Takagi. This guy's one of the top students in the country. He has the looks and the brains to get any chick he wants, including Mashiro's crush. He gives him an offer. Bitch, what? The two of them head over to Azuki's house to announce their plan, and she's all, not gonna lie, his internal monologue gets really annoying. And then it hits him. Bakuman gives us a glimpse of what it's like to become a manga artist. The long hours you spend perfecting your craft, only to be at the mercy of questionnaires, rankings, and corporate meddling. This shit's hard. For 2 seasons, we see them fail more times than they succeed. And with each failed attempt, their dream of having an anime slips further and further away from them. They become reckless. In one episode, Mashiro collapses from exhaustion and is sent to the hospital. You'd think this be a wake-up call for him, that maybe they should wait until they've at least finished. Nope! He starts whining like a little bitch and the chief editor was like, listen, it'd be really bad if you died on us, and proceeds to put them on hiatus. Now, I want to preface that this whole mini arc, whatever you want to call it, was very dumb, and it seems I'm not the only one who shares the same sentiment. What the f is wrong with the MC? That's just pure stupid and weird as f. You can't talk in the hospital face to face? Is this some kind of weird fetish going on in his mind? What the fuck, man? Drawing when he needs to rest is really stupid. Blood don't understand the reason is having to draw. Would y'all worry about your health? IDK, I did once and best decision of my life, except I never enjoyed it. Oh, this guy's. However, you can't help but feel bad for the guy, even a tiny bit. How many times have you gotten so close to something only to have it slip away in an instant? For them, it was more than just the rankings. It was about standing toe-to-toe with their rivals and proving to themselves that they've made the right decision. Staying complacent won't get you anywhere. You have to always strive for something bigger. That's how these two operate. By the time you get to season 3, you see the growth. You see how their past experiences shifted how they think, and how they're able to help their rivals off the ground. Speaking of which, Nizuma is a high school prodigy. This kid lives and breathes manga, and probably snorts ink when no one's looking. He agrees to go to the big city on one condition. If he became the most popular artist in the magazine, he'd be given the power to end a series he doesn't like. You'd look at him and think, yeah, that's definitely, what the fuck is with that hair, dude? But it works. Geniuses have a weird quirk to them. The first time we meet him, he's yelling like a baboon, and then you realize, wait a minute, this guy is actually kinda cool. Fukuda is my favorite character. He doesn't give a rat's ass about the editorial office. Also, this scene fucking slaps. And then there's Nanamine. You know, the guy who made the Classroom of Truth. He comes off as this really cheerful guy until you realize how batshit insane he is. He's all like, I ain't doing all that yucky drawing shit. I'ma hire 19 assistants, some fat dude, and random people on 4chan to do the work for me. These people couldn't care less that Nanamine wasn't giving them credit. They were just really bored. But it's a shame. He gave up on Classroom of Truth because he got stuck, and it was never brought up again. It was a really cool idea. In fact, most, if not all the stories in the show were pretty darn cool. Detective Trap, Crow, Road Racer Geary, PCP, I need all of them to be injected directly into my... I've watched Bakuman more times than I'd like to admit, and every time I find something new to appreciate. But the one thing that stayed consistent was the message of never giving up on your dreams. It sounds really cheesy, but it's often the cheesiest lessons that go above people's heads. People make mistakes, but that shouldn't stop you from achieving what matters to you. It does trip up on itself sometimes, and it does have its fair share of obnoxious characters, but it's way too good of a show to ignore. You know, if you can look past all that, so go check it out. I highly recommend it.